Good morning to you, citizen. I'm glad to be here with you.
All right, then. So, Cyril, the first paper on call is The Nation. It leads with this one. Insecurity. Crackdown as army begins exercises in southwest, southeast, and others.
Okay, that's a welcome development. We've seen these crackdowns in the past. Under President Buhari, the nation came under virtual militarization. But I want to believe that you combine two elements. One, you combine diplomacy, reaching out to people, community leaders, and collaborating with them. And then where that isn't working enough, you apply the use of force. In the southwest, there's relative calm, there's relative stability. In the southeast, we've had issues of. I think the last attack was in Imo, and then the military came to say they bombed IPOB and ESN camps. But ultimately, boots and guns are not the lasting solution. You have to find a way to engage people, talk with them. As I speak with you, in Katina, 5 university students, all girls, all female, have been abducted. We've not had the last thing. In Zamfara, the same thing happened. The girls were abducted. So clearly, there's a higher incidence of these things happening up north. But hopefully, the president and the military have thought it wise that at a time like this, they need to show a stronger show of force in the southeast and southeast. So hopefully, we'll wait to see what comes out of it.
All right, Cyril, this is the next story. Underscores the world of wonders and so on. Blind herbalist defrauds 86-year-old woman of 19 million naira, sleeps with her daughter and granddaughter.
No, come on.
You don't believe this story?
This is. They say strange are the strokes of fate, but someone says stranger still are the strokes of men. When you see these headlines, sometimes you wonder what people are thinking, what sort of thing men's mind are made
sometimes of. If the stories you read
are true. I mean, back in the days when we were young, there were papers like no, I can't say the name on air, but papers that carried this sort of unbelievable, mysterious, Amos Tutuola kind of stories. But I mean, raping a daughter, raping a granddaughter,
as a blind,
but so he's not blind.
Okay.
What sort of, and then it's rape. Did he get accomplices? Were there people who assisted him to do the bad thing he did?
Well,
and I want to. I hope he's been arrested and.
That's why the story is signposted for you to buy the paper and SWOT.
Most definitely. And there's a picture of the man here.
Yeah.
86-year-old.
No. He is not 86.
No, I know. At 86, she had 90 million naira to be defrauded of.
No. The herbalist has defrauded an 86-year-old.
That's what I mean. At 86, she had 90 million naira to be defrauded of.
Why not? There's no law against it.
I mean, I'm just laying out the issues and clearly the wonder continues.
Cyril, don't rewrite this story. Let's try another one. Mohbad is in the news. Mohbad vomited, had goosebumps after receiving 3 injections, according to the police. The CP Lagos State was on air yesterday to give details about Mohbad's passing. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and then the autopsy. So
the report not ready yet.
Not ready yet. I think it's the comprehensive report that we want to see, and the fact that we understand they've also identified prime suspects in his murder. The matter has not been put on the nurse. Citizen, I'd like to think I want to wait for the report to be out first.
All right. In connection to this story, alleged cybercrime, court issues production warrant for Naira Marley.
It's all related to alleged cybercrime.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think that's what came at the instance of the EFCC. So this is another case on his head. But is it that we waited until matters to come to this point before the EFCC realized that such a case was on his head already? But let's see how everything plays out. As they said, the law has to happen in a process, a judicial process. So will it not be facing Mohbad on the one hand, and then the production warrant in connection with the internet fraud on the other hand? If at all it's all an allegation.
The simple admonition is, if you don't want people to talk about it, don't do it.
Yeah, but again, these guys belong in a world of, shall I call it music or art and entertainment, which has now come to be which has come to have some sort of alignment with the criminal underworld, even if it's for the optics of it. You know, as part of the ensemble for being a music artist. We saw it originate in the US, where rap artists had these dog chains on their necks, and even in their songs you had the siren blaring for no real reason. And then it came to look as if you've not been to court or been held before a judge for criminal offenses, your CV is not complete yet. One of them, Akon, actually, that name meant a convict, you know, an ex-convict. So a convict, so became Akon. So I think for a number of them, when you have a run with with law enforcement, that's when your profile seems to be soaring.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's something that our young people should copy or want to emulate at all.
Well, see, let me chip this in. I hear that people like us in the arts, you know, performing or whatever, operate with what they call a poetic license, but it does not give you a license to do just anything.
It doesn't. And again, like somebody would say, liberty, not license. So what we even have actually is liberty. But when you now want to turn it into a license to do just anything you want, the arm of the law should not spare you in any way. In fact, Citizen Jones, I personally believe that, you know, the way some of these young men and maybe women sometimes have portrayed themselves in a manner that they expect young people to copy and follow them. There was a time when sagging of trousers, you know, you wear your trouser, the trouser waist is on your thighs.
Cyril, in the 70s, I sagged even my football jersey.
I don't think you did.
I did.
I don't think you did. There was a time even on the football pitch where not tucking in your shirt, it cost Daniel Amokachi a yellow card in the Olympic Games of 1996.
Yeah.
So, but you see, values are dropping by the day, and really, like the man, one philosopher said, he said he does not care who writes the laws of a country. He only cares about who writes his music. That he would rather write the music of a country than its laws, because of the power this has on people. This is soft power, but it's very strong. So the fact that government will just sit back and say, they're artists, let them do whatever it is they like, I don't think it's right.
Yeah,
there must be a strong alternative to moral rectitude. Otherwise, don't expect people to obey the laws.
Yes, Cyril, you know, the youths have one problem. They lack restraint.
No, I think Citizen Jones.
I'm not making.
I'm a youth. I was once younger than I am.
Okay.
And I don't think I was living my life sans restraint. Okay.
Cyril, I'm in my 70s, early 70s, but I was not born this way.
Exactly.
So we're saying the same thing. Let's try other stories.
Sure.
Still in the Nation newspaper, ex-NBA President Akpata's ensure good governance. I'll ensure good governance in Edo. That's the governor.
Yeah. So I'm not from Edo, so certainly I won't vote in that election. But I'm among those who are particularly elated, delighted, and joyed to see Olumide Akpata vying for, first of all, for even throwing his heart into the ring. It takes a lot. It takes the heart of a lion to do this. A young man, he became president of the NBA. He rode against the tide. The establishment was not in his favor. The old guard did everything they could to bring him down, but he stood his ground. He played his politics well, became president of the NBA, served out his term meritoriously, and now he wants to vie for office of governor of Edo State. If I was from Edo, he definitely wouldn't miss my vote.
Okay. All right. Let's move to the Guardian now. A number of stories there to choose from. Alleged 4.8 billion naira fraud. Again, absence of Ibeto stalls commencement of trial. Are you surprised?
So I wonder why. The headline said again absence.
Again, absence, yeah.
There was this particular story involving the former, I think, aviation minister. The matter dragged, ominously dragged, mysteriously dragged for almost 2 years before they could even give a preliminary yeah, you know. Now, why absent? And what should the law do about when people are absent like that from court or from trial? You see, the delays in criminal justice administration are not just limited to what lawyers do, judges do. It's an entire ecosystem. So how can we make sure that justice gets on the wheels of speed? And what can we do differently? What can the law do? What can judges do using discretion? What can we do to make sure that the law, you know, is able to move, you know, more speedily without, you know, they say the wheels of justice grind slowly. But that's, yeah, maybe we might grind slowly. But is it that we can't do anything? Are we so helpless and powerless in the face of that slow grind? Can't we do anything at all?
All right. Our time reads 7:15 in the city of Lagos, and it is true on the VOP radio 90.3 FM. Newspaper headliners taking the airtime now. Cyril, another story to share with you. Tribunal affirms Oti's election as Abia governor.
Yes, it did. And I'm not a party to the suit.
I hear PDP has kicked.
I'm not a party to the suit, but the sort of legal, or shall I say legalistic, fishing expeditions we find, even if it was for the purpose of academicizing the outcome of an election, our courts ought to learn, or ought to now rise to the occasion, rise beyond the fray, in a way that before lawyers advise their clients and say you have a case here and they go to court, they will know that this court I'm going to, if I go there and misbehave, not only will the case be thrown out, consequences could also be meted out. You know, it's important that we do that. And then the political class also has to learn to accept, they must learn not to be bad losers. If you lose an election and you know you lost it. Don't try to go through the back door. What you couldn't get from the ballot, you want to get from the gavel. I don't think it's that way you're making democracy.
In this connection, when I remember that the Speaker of the House in America had just
McCarthy,
stepped down. He stepped down. He didn't contest anything. You understand? So you're wondering if ours is a nascent democracy, for how long would we remain in the classroom? It is not nascent.
I told a friend one time, I said, the apple that God told Adam and Eve not to eat in the Garden of Eden, that they ate, the apple from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, the one way remain,
and the tree of eternal life,
which God now later blocked with the cherubim. Citizen Jones, the apple will remain. Where he did?
He did the garden.
He not did the garden.
When I don't come out,
he did Nigerian. Now the one where our politicians they chop, they just have a way of know. The things where they know plenty. I don't know where this judicial civilization came from. That former governor David of a point said that in the election chain, it is first party nomination, then the primaries you buy the form, primaries you become party candidate, you win the election, then you go to court. So if you win, you wait for court processes to start. If you lose, you go to court. That's not how it is done. McCarthy lost the election 201 or so to 2 whatever
and 10.
You know, if in Nigeria, he will not go to court in fact, before the vote even took place, he would have gone to obtain an injunction asking them not to hold the vote against him.
So we don't.
Where we learn this one come from?
Save your saliva. You remember what the late Napoleon Bonaparte said in this connection?
Or France?
Yes, he said, in politics, stupidity is not a handicap.
It's not. It's not. Yeah. Because there can be contrived stupidity to give you the semblance of, so people don't know what they're doing. But in reality, Citizen Jones.
See, another story is there looking at us. Army to commence nationwide exercises to ensure safe Yuletide.
Well, so why the army, citizen Jones? Why the army?
Why not?
Why the army? Section 55 of our constitution is clear that the army will not have anything to do with internal security. Now, over the years, what we did was that we told ourselves the police cannot handle weapons in an election. We told ourselves that given the level of brigandage and violence that take place at election disputes on election days, we needed the army to do show of force to stave off criminals and vandals. With Jonathan, the APC went to court to say it is illegal. When they came to power, they did the same thing. But it's fine. If you can understand it during elections, you tied. How is it that between May 29 and now, the police still doesn't have enough confidence, enough morale, enough orientation, enough arms to do their job? I thought the DSS...
Seriously, it's been a long time coming. You and I know that...
We are not just willing to do what is right.
The police started getting immobilized in the first coming of General Buhari, if you remember.
Sure. Yeah, but but the point...
It's a long time coming.
Yes, but the point is, what is Nigeria's philosophy of internal security? What does the constitution say? What does the president think? Why the army?
But mine is, if the army was going to do anything like that to ensure a hitch-free Yuletide for all of us, must we go public?
Citizen, let me say this. On election day this year, you and I were in the studio. This is I don't know if it had happened before, but this year's election was one in which even the NDLEA was involved, and NSCDC was involved, Army was involved, and yet police was involved, and yet.
You can safely say we are a long way from home.
Well, very, very long. If to say we
there's another story here. Let's try. It's good for us. Mohbad, Naira Marley, Sam Larry, auxiliary nurse, liable according to the police.
Liable, but is it not when you go to court that you now begin to prove the material? I mean, it's easy to allege, but it's not so easy to prove. Anybody who is familiar with court processes and stuff understands these things. You can allege it. You know why? You can allege. It's easy to allege, but it's difficult to prove because there was a material connection between the commission of a crime or the performance of an act that led to the commission of the crime itself. So, what I think is going on here is that one, there is the need to tend to the welfare of the court of public opinion, and there's the need to tend to the welfare of the court of law. So these two courts are they're trying they're trying to handle how opinion swings. Between these two courts. That's what I think. But
also factor this into all of this. Society prepares the criminal committee.
Sure. Because you don't punish offenders.
Okay. Hear this one. This is a happy one. Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah's legacy gets a facelift. How about that?
Osajefo.
Yeah.
Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Of course, he will. Kwame Nkrumah was a mentee of Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe. Zik of Africa was the one who mentored Nkrumah. Also
made the late Senator Francis Athon Zeribe.
Of course. And then sent Nkrumah to the university that they are schooled in America. As a protege, as somebody who had gone to him to say, "Oh God, please show me the way." Many Nigerians don't know this. That's why when we say we are Africa's giant, people, years of misrule made people to look down on their country. Nigerians, if you're listening to me, we are a great country. Nkrumah, now Zikiwe boy, he went to him to say, "Oga, I like your speeches, I like your brain, show me the way." Zik recommended and sent him to the university he had attended in the US.
He stole the way to America.
We should. That's Zik, right? No talk that one. No, leave that one. Leave
include that one out.
Leave that.
All right, then. Quickly, let's move to the Sun. The Sun paper is there. Hear this. How quack nurse killed Mohbad police.
Well, if that still is the police's own allegation of the nurse. Okay? We can't sit here and speak ex cathedra, as the lawyers used to say, that the nurse killed Mohbad. In fact, word on the street now is that the nurse is being framed. That's the way people are saying. No, No be me talk am now, citizen. That's how people are perceiving it. Say they are framing the only person in the whole story who apparently who seem not to have a voice. So that's what they are now saying. But whatever it is it's mere allegation. Look, the autopsy is not even out. Who said that it was the injection you gave them that led to his death? People have been making a lot of contradictory statements for weeks now. So let's wait. Let the report better and let the matter go to court, go to trial.
All right. The police's job is to investigate
and to accuse. That's their work by law.
Okay.
They will investigate and accuse. They say you are a criminal, you are this and that. Then
go prove your innocence.
Yeah, go prove your innocence in court.
All right. Try this one. Customs intercepts 20 containers of expired tomato concentrate at PTML.
We are not doing enough. I'm not in any way enthused or enamored. We are not. The trafficking in this country is. In fact, it's as if we are a trafficked nation.
Yeah.
Nigeria goes a lot of places. If they say they will sell this country, they would have exported Nigeria without even us knowing. This customs intersect. I personally sincerely think that if we were to get everything that goes in and comes out, Nigerians will be more than alarmed at the rate of things that have stolen out and brought in and taken out.
Cyril, this is a happy one. No plans to
we can do much more.
No plans to hike petrol price, NNPC Limited.
And I should believe them.
Believe me.
Come on.
Believe me, I'm reading the story.
On. The only reason I will hope that price of petrol won't go up is because I personally believe, I have concluded that subsidy payments are back on the table. Whether I want to accept it, subsidy is back. If the NNPC is boastfully speaking, saying that that price of fuel will not go up, it is because, of course, we know that subsidy is back. There's no doubt about it. The dollar rate has gone up, the landing cost, everything has gone up, but the price of petrol is still the same. Who is paying for the difference?
Yeah, okay.
It may also be a mere political statement, because tomorrow we've had it before in time past, and price of petrol still went up.
All right. This is not a happy one coming from Ebonyi State. It says 3 commuter buses, 4 motorcycles, others burnt in Ebonyi attack police.
Motorcycles,
commuter buses and all that.
Commuter buses and all that. There would have been, respect for law and order has been thrown through the window. Now the police's work is to tell us what happened. Is that not so? And the police tell us this happened. But so let's go to the incident of that. Let's go to the scene of that incident. How close is the police station from that place? Did the policemen have fuel in their vehicles to be able to, and then the right whatever it is to be able to go and fuel such? So now the thing be that now, police does not have fuel in their car to enforce the law. They don't have credit in their phone at the police station.
Cyril, this one, fireworks over Tinubu's certificate.
Fireworks. Well, yeah, fireworks over the president's certificate. CSU has come out to boldly say that he was their student. They have also given him a clean bill of health.
Yeah.
But the challenge is, why did Mr. President give INEC a different certificate that was not issued by the school? Where did it come from? I think that's where the
fireworks are.
The fireworks really are. And I'm not sure a convincing argument has been put forth. That's why there are fireworks. Otherwise, the waters of explanation would have doused the fires of investigation.
Okay, then the Daily Trust is next. I have this. Governor Yusuf hires Tinubu's lawyer to regain mandate.
I can see it.
I hear lawyers are in season now.
They are more than in season. It's a great time to be a lawyer, especially if you have a good track record and a good track record of performance in election disputes. You'll be paid more than handsomely for your services now. I think the Governor Abba Yusuf has made a very correct choice in picking Mr. Wale Olanikpekun, a tested and tried litigant in election disputes. You know, the former JSC, Joseph Mary Odili, celebrated him as being a titan when it came to a legend when it came to election disputes, and he did prove, I mean, for good measure, he did prove his mettle at the Court of First Instance for the hearing of the presidential election challenge that was brought against his client, the president. If even the president could use him, who else couldn't?
Well, Cyril, we have agreed we are a long way from home, because if in 63 years the ballot box cannot be trusted,
this is the I've been saying this since last week. So waiting to the ballot. The ballot should, look, politicians have to agree that the ballot must be the silver bullet and not the gavel. We must come to that. Whether I win or no win, no. You see, the thing is, the confidence with which they would rather not have anything to do with the why do rather not accept that reform is because they prefer what comes through the back door than what comes through the front door. You know, but even the Bible says that he that comes through the back door, comes through the window, is a thief. Otherwise, if you are a sheep, you come through the front door. Waiting. I thought elections and politics was meant to test popularity. Why can't you win that vote? Why? And that's why when they go into government, sincerely speaking, they don't give a hoot what happens. They can put any policy in place, they can say anything, because they know that they are not accountable to you. And it's a pain. They know they don't owe you nothing. They know it. That's why they can go in there and do anything they like.
All right, this one. Police unveil prime suspect in Mohbad's death. How about that?
We have seen that the police's own prime suspect I just, you see, this kind of things, when you see them, you just pray that the will of God will be done and that God will intervene. I know people have said it's not by prayer. The way you say Nigeria, do you think we should not pray for Nigeria? You see this country and the things that happen, and you say we shouldn't pray for this.
Seriously,
we should pray.
A prayer does not change God. It changes the person who prays. I hope you.
So so it means if Nigeria would change, let Nigerians pray.
Have we not prayed enough?
We have not. Obviously, with the way you see these things happening, it means we've not prayed enough.
Cyril, without prayer, let's go to the leadership papers now, please. Nursing assistant, prime suspect in Mohbad's death.
When I don't see him now, and you say more no pray. I pray, dear sister, I'm praying for you, and I hope that if you're truly innocent, may God deliver you from this matter. That's my prayer.
All right, and this one, Tinubu has made significant strides in rebuilding Nigeria's economy. Institute is saying that.
Well, we're just 6 months. Is it? No, we're just about 4 or 5 months into his administration. The two policies that are put in place, the subsidy removal has been reversed. In my view, has been reversed already. So we can. I think even the IMF is warning us against doing that now. But I know it has been reversed. The other one, the floating of the naira, which we've done with acute dollar shortages. I don't see how that is going to help us to revamp the interest rate to the exchange rate to stabilize. So until these are done, we wait.
28 minutes to 8, and oil marketers claim petrol subsidy has returned.
But not better the talk since. I said
since today.
No, I've been saying this for like 4 weeks now.
Okay.
The mathematics no balance anymore. Now, if you're bringing subsidy back, how about petroleum equalization fund? That should be back also. You see, when you're making policy pronouncements, we need to be clear and we need to be specific. Did you realize that all the while the Benin corridor, the Cameroon corridor were all dry because they say fuel no go there again? All of a sudden, 2-3 weeks ago in Benin, an illegal oil refinery went up in flames. Me using my own street sense, I just feel now oil will burn for them.
All right.
Because our subsidy come back, the ecosystem is back and alive again. You know, me, I just feel so. I'm not saying that, but I just feel say the thing don't. We are back to where we used to be before.
Okay, let's move to the Vanguard. It leads with a story like this. FG bans the use of laterite for road construction.
Laterite. Laterite. Yeah. So I know the Minister of Works, the new Minister of Works, whom I consider to be, in all sincerity, a round peg in a round hole. Dave Umahi has been saying, let's use concrete to do these roads. There's no need to waste time. There's no need. We have a lot of famished roads in this country. Apologies to Professor Wolesho and Kan Ben Okri. A lot of famished roads. Lagos Ibadan Road Expressway is a famished road. East West Road is a famished road. Lagos Abeokuta is a famished. There are so many of them. So if there's a new national policy on how to make roads and the minister is saying we can do these roads and have them last for 50 years or more, why not? Why not?
Okay.
Look, the minister has publicly alleged. He has said that none of the roads taking place in this country will last more than 3-4 years. Are we not? Shouldn't we be ashamed? Shouldn't we be worried? Shouldn't we open criminal proceedings against people who are awarding these contracts?
It shouldn't worry anybody.
One contractor has 27 contracts, road contracts. How do you expect? Is that a contractor or is that not the person awarding the contract himself?
Or answered prayers.
Say God don't do it. God. I have more than I will.
Okay, I have another one. This is a howler, or so it seems. Kano mass wedding. Intending couples test positive for hepatitis B, HIV, pregnancy.
Of course.
Are you aghast?
But it's the human condition.
Okay.
It's the human condition. And as I always say, we can spell out punishments for wrongdoing, but how do we prevent wrongdoing? Nobody seems to have an answer to that. Our civilization does not appear to have found a solution for it, you know. So ordinarily, if you asked someone to say, do you have this and that, the person is most likely to say, I no get them. But now that government is the one involved in doing it, it's now out there. But it's not enough to spot the problem or to spell out punishment. What can you do? How do you think it can be stopped? Because we've known over the years that punishment for wrongdoing, whereas it has its own uses, is not an ultimate cure to stop people from doing wrong. That's the food for thought this morning.
All right. Afe Babalala to Tinubu. Governors have hijacked local government allocations.
Yes, but they hijacked this since Adam and Eve. Okay. Do we want to have independent?
Since Adam Day class one.
They're not hijack them since now. Yeah, but the question is, what do we want as a look? We need a philosophy for our national life. This haphazard Buhari comes today, he thinks of it this way. Tinubu comes today, he thinks of it another way. Jonathan comes tomorrow. Do we want independent, autonomous local government areas, or should we simply say the federal government and sub-federal governments, and then each person go and form your own locality as you want to do it? This thing will happen. Somebody said it on radio, and I think I was here 2 or 3 weeks ago, that even if you gave autonomy to local government areas, when you send them allocation, they will take the money to the governor.
Themselves.
Yeah. So why don't we? And that's why we've said, which means that LG autonomy may not in the long run be the solution to this problem. Why don't you say, in a federal system of government like Kenya did it some years ago after they had the election dispute of 2007 where people were killed and so on, they had to go back to their laws to develop powers. Can Nigeria be honest and sincere in adopting a better devolution of powers in which they say the federal government will take care of exclusive issues while the regional or state or governorate or provincial setups will have powers in each domicile, whether it's a state, a province, or a region, have the liberty to form sub-regional governments or state governments or whatever as you like. If you want to call them local government, there was time Lagos was a municipality. If you want to call them municipal, whatever it is you call them.
See, sometimes
in France they have prefectures, you know.
Yeah. Sometimes I wonder if there's any such thing as a Nigerian dream.
No, we don't think. We don't. The last time we had something close to ideological, is it disparities or distinctiveness in our political system? Of course, NPC had a very different character. NCNC had a very different character. The AG had a very different character. All right. In the Second Republic, because the same people that worked in the First Republic were the ones who are active in the Second. The UPN had its character. The NPN had its character. The NP also had its character. Of course, there were about 2 other parties. Since after that time, the way they even moved from PDP to APC, APC to PDP, just tells you that these people have no principles, no values, no philosophies. How shall we live? It's a question.
We live by faith.
No, that's not how you form a republic. How now shall we live? I think there was an American philosopher, what's his name? Chuck Carlson also, that wrote a book. How now shall we live? How do you want to do it? I find, until we decide to know how many we are, to know how best to organize ourselves, to know how we want to organize our government and our system, until we have an internally generated civilization, all of the talk about Nigeria being a giant enclave feet will just continue. We are not ready to take on the world. All the countries of Europe are different in the way they organize themselves.
All right, Cyril, let's move on. Still in the vanguard, disturbing story from Osun. Osun crisis, 7 houses burnt despite 24-hour curfew.
It means the people are defying, and they believe that they so can. They are defying the curfew. Clearly, government needs to do more. I think what must happen is that there must be a quicker deployment of security agencies, soldiers, whatever, to quickly go there and enforce the curfew, enforce it properly. And then the governor has to maybe set up a commission of inquiry, get people together to sit down and say what. I don't think anything they are dragging there is particularly new. There's nothing new really, and it's in almost every part of the country. You can always tell it's either over boundary, chieftaincy, land, and so on. It's never new.
All right, this
it's
one.
Never new.
The Soyinka challenges critics disputing his academic records to provide evidence in 30 days.
You cannot dispute Professor Soyinka's academic records now. A man that won the Nobel Prize for Peace in 1986. Yeah. I dare anybody challenge Professor Soyinka to read Madman and Specialist, or to even read The Man Died and write a review of it in 24 hours. Just get a copy of The Man Died. Go and review it in 24 hours. Don't drag him into the politics. I know people are not happy with him because they want him to speak about the president's certificate issues. It's fine. He's a private citizen. When the other time he challenged opinion movement, nobody told him to challenge them. So let him speak when he wants to speak. But don't be asking these sort of questions as to whether
he has paid his dues.
Professor, what are you saying now? He has paid his dues and paid the dues for other generations. This was is he by his time at Professor Soyinka had a music band at when he was at UI back in the day, in which the late poet Christopher Kigbo, I think, was a drummer or vocalist. Archie Band and the others were all there. I mean, do I need to be saying anything about Professor Soyinka? You couldn't say these things about him. So make them relax.
All right, the next paper is This Day, and quickly, you want to take the time from us. It's 22 minutes to 8 o'clock from here. This Day newspaper. Wike orders probe of Olorunfemi's death. That's somewhere in the FCT. Olorunfemi. Read the story, buy the paper, and swap the story. Okay. Umahu bars contractors from using laterite for constructing Nigerian roads.
Now, let me quickly speak again about the Governor Dave Umahi's bold interventions as Minister of Works in Abuja in the past, is it 1 month or 2? I want to see how the gang up against him is going to play out. Don't make a mistake about it. They'll come after him, but I want to see how it plays out. I think he's ready for his job. He's ready to take the bulls by the horns. Nigeria, citizens, just forget about this way they talk. It is things like this that make us know whether Nigerians are really ready for change or not.
Yeah.
I can assure you, they mouth it publicly, they pray about it in churches, they even jackpot in protest, they run out of Nigerian. But in reality, to face the work of change, that's a different ballgame entirely. That's a very... Go and listen to the things he said in a video. I think I watched it last night.
Except that
contractors come, they have supply price, they have a market price.
Serious, except that in Nigeria, the French saying comes to mind: the more things change, the more they remain the same.
There was a Nigerian president whom people close to him said he gave up on the country. A president that gave up on his own country. Because when they were making certain efforts, Nigerians just kept quiet and said, let's keep watching and see what they will do. Don't watch and see what they will do. Tweet about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never met Governor Mai before. I don't know him. God knows. I have.
You don't need to know him.
I don't need to know him, but I personally think that he is doing the right things that can put us on the right path. Let's support this man.
All right, hear this one.
What I think.
Hear this one from Kano. Kano bans 6 textbooks in schools over inappropriate content.
So we need to investigate that. What does the government consider to be inappropriate? But again,
what are these textbooks?
Yeah, but certainly the government. I've always said that leaders have both legal and moral duty to uphold the values that should bode well for our societies. So if in their own case they ban these books, we can only say, okay, what are in these books, and then hope that they have even better replacements for them.
A 6-year presidency, to be or not to be?
I don't see anything wrong with the 2 terms of 8 years. It's just that, in our own Nigerian case, you just know that the president will use his first term to do certain things, second term to do certain things. They know how it works. The politics is too much. That's the problem. There's so much politics in the governance process. So they feel if he has only 6 years and he comes into office, he will do better. There was a time the Patriots, comprising the late Chief Rotimi Williams, I think Richard Akinjide was with them, Professor Ben Wambweze, quite a number of them came up and proposed 5-year single term for the presidency. This was in 2003, thereabout.
Yeah.
They call themselves the Patriots. It didn't fly. It didn't fly. And for me, none of these suggestions is bad. Like I said earlier, let us come together and have a conversation about how we want to. Compulsory. In UK, the Prime Minister can be there for 20 years, for 30 years. He can die in office. There's no tenure limit for a Prime Minister in a parliamentary system of government. The Italian Prime Minister, Spanish Prime Minister, you can be in office for as long as you want. In America, it was like that before somebody came and said, let's have only 2 terms. Okay? So it's not fixed that it must be 2 terms or 1 term. Let us come together to say, how now shall we live? That's the question. To be or not to be, in the words of William Shakespeare.
Yeah. Whether it's fair, blah, 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 blah. I've forgotten it.
As Shakespeare said, he said, to be or not to be, that is the question.
Yeah, that's the question. Okay. We apply the brakes here. The papers are in. We have shared the stories with you. How do you react to them? 0900 903 903 903. Please take 60 seconds, marshal your thoughts, and please don't shoot from the hip. Just go straight. No foul language. 0700 903 903 903. I have a first caller here. Good morning to you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, are you for us?
Yes, I'm calling Mr. Fetugu from Aja.
All right, then, go on.
Yeah, I want to comment on the issue of surgery certificate. If we can remember, in 1993, when he won the Lagos State Governor, when he won as a Lagos State Governor, Kanifa Wemi came out publicly on social media to tell Nigeria that the Tinubu came to beg him. It was Kanifa Wemi was the to raise issue of forgery in 1993 after Tinubu was election, which Kanifa Wemi came out publicly on a television station to tell Nigeria that Tinubu came with an envelope with a bag of rice and ran to beg him.
What particular story in this regard? What particular story are you reacting to? Please, what particular story in this regard?
Is he not the same forgery? Is he not the same forgery? Okay, why is he going against America not to release this? the certificate. Why is he going against America? Let's take for instance now.
Who is going against America? Who is going against America?
No, I mean the when Atiku find a shoot for American University, Chicago to release the certificate. Right. When they agreed, when court agreed, he signed a P. Why did he sign a P? Take for instance, you have your certificate. You show that you went through so school and you have your certificate. You will be proud to. You could have been the one to call the school. Please let me have my certificate. Let him see it to make it to clear all our conscience. But why is he hiding it? Why is he asking America not to release the certificate? Let's not deceive ourselves.
Thank you. Your 60 seconds are up. Thank you. 0700 903 903 903. What story or what stories caught your fancy? How do you react to them? But please stick to the stories we shared. Sometimes sets you thinking. Are people listening? Hello, good morning to you.
Susan Jones, good morning. This will be calling from Ikeja.
Obi, good morning to you.
Cyril, agree to.
Good morning to you, sir. Happy weekend.
Yeah, Susan Jones, this issue of certificate, CAC certificate, Nigerians should come down. I think it's only, the position is only 112 pages. While we're still awaiting the ABI report, which is 2,500 pages, Ebenezer Obey's son is singing, Nigerians are dancing. If Ebenezer Obey starts singing, I don't know what will happen. The Bible is 2,500 pages, and just the ABI report is also 2,000. Exactly. The ABI report is 2005. 112 pages we have worried. Then I don't know what will happen. We should come down, be prepared to charge our phones, put a lot of credit to call the stations. Thank you very much.
Yeah, many thanks too. 0700 903 903 903. Which stories caught your fancy? How do you react to it or to them? Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning. This is Ola from Surulere.
Ola, good morning. Take your 60 seconds.
Yeah, so for me, I don't know where they got all those fake information. Which FBI is reporting everything. People just like to do comedy. So for me, the man has presented this certificate in the 1992 election. The same thing in the governorship election. So the people that are complaining that the result that he put for that he submitted to INEC, the people that are complaining that is different, is because they cannot read and comprehend the position reports. Because the person that signed it, the person that was the president at the time they requested for it. This is the person that was the president in 1979.
All right, sir. 60 seconds out. Thank you very much. Yeah. All right. Let's take one or two more calls. 0700 903 903 903. Is there any story you are singling out? Good morning to you.
Very good morning to you, Cecilia Jones.
I greet you, sir.
Can you hear me?
Go on, sir.
My name is Prince Wires, calling you from Amuwo Dolphin.
All right, sir.
Yeah. As it is now, I know the article is a lion-hearted somebody. Yes. He has left Nigeria to Obodoyibo to go and bring his own this thing. But
his own what?
To go and bring his own side of the certificate forger story. I mean, we go for press conference. The referee that's going to determine the case is Supreme Court. All of us wait for Supreme Court for the validation of the certificate of Mr. President. But what we need now It's food, Mr. President. We want him to pump a lot of money into agriculture. Let people go back to the land for it to feed ourselves. That's my yarn this morning. Mr. John, good morning.
Thank you very much. Yeah. And Cyril, Atiku is saying until the Supreme Court delivers the last word on this matter, his wahala with Tinubu will not go away.
Of course, that's what you said.
Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, John.
Yes, sir. Your name, where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Destiny.
Are we in business?
Yeah, my name is Destiny.
Yes, sir.
I'm calling from Egypt.
Take your 60 seconds from now.
All right.
Okay, I want to react for the prayer. If you continue praying for Nigeria, for people to continue buying SUVs, yes, we will pray. Let them continue buying. And while our children will continue paying high fees that we don't have. And again, for the certificate, look at the way they...
Was that the story we shared with you?
You say?
Was that a story, this prayer thing you are talking about? Did you share a story like that?
No, like your guest say that and say, absolutely we need that. Sometimes we need
Don't
to pray
mind
for
my
Nigeria.
guest. My guest is a pastor, so it's natural. Go on.
But that's not the reason citizen chose.
Like the certificate now, look at old men in our country now be reacting. Let's take it easy, let's take it easy, let's take it easy. Look at the case of Miss Oma, a small girl. Then they got to someone to come to House of Assembly. Just a little small girl.
It does not say forgery and all that should be encouraged. So it doesn't have to be a small or big girl, please. We
Okay.
There are things we should elect to have as a country, as a people.
Okay. But you as a citizen, but you know the truth, and let the truth set us free. Thank you.
Thank you. One more call, and we pack it all in. 0700 903 903 903. Was there any? Okay. Good morning to you.
Yeah. Good morning, sir.
I greet you, sir.
Yeah, Citizen John, good morning. You people are doing a wonderful job. This is Pius. I'm calling you from Bada area.
Yeah, Brother Pius, let's go.
Sorry, I want to ask a question. I'm just want to get clear. This issue of certificate and the deal, like who is supposed to be in a better position to ascertain that the certificate is original? Is it the Supreme Court or the school that issued it?
Cyril.
Which of the certificates now?
Or the one you present, which of the certificate you present to INEC?
The certificate is in question, the one that they presented to INEC. Is it the school, the CSU, that is Chicago State University, that's supposed to authenticate it, or the Supreme Court, or any other court?
No, so I mean, follow the story, sir. The one the president gave to INEC was presented to CSU. CSU, in its deposition, said that certificate did not come from them and couldn't have come from them. So that position is what the PDP candidate will now I believe has now filed with the Supreme Court. In any case,
because there was one time about some years back they talked about Dino Melai. He didn't graduate from ABU, and it was the VC or some registrar from that ABU that was called upon to the Senate to affirm that the man actually graduated from APU and he had the class that he had. I think he didn't go to court. Then the one for Mesoma did not pass through court.
At time. You are expanding the field.
Everything happening today in our country, I believe my closing words, sir.
Yeah.
Everything happening in our country today is a reflection of where we are and who we are in terms of our values and our morals. We have become a country that leaves everything to the gavel, which I don't think
leave everything for God.
For God and the gavel. And sometimes you ask yourself, whatever happened to conscience? Whatever happened to morality? Whatever happened to good example? Whatever happened to good sense? Until we go from being to becoming as a country, we will remain where we are. But if we can pay the price, set personal example and go from being to really becoming a great country. I'll that showing the way, then this will be better. Thank you.
This is your chance to buy or sell quality content. At Africast 2023, the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, will be launching the very first ever Nigerian TV and film content hub. Join us from the 24th to the 26th of October at the Marriott Hotel Ikeja, Lagos, and be part of a game-changing experience. Content Hub is your destination for content acquisitions, aggregation, licensing, and distribution of both local and international programs across for broadcasters in Nigeria. For more inquiries, visit www.africast.com.ng. Content Hub, your easy and affordable access to quality and affordable content. Don't miss out. The Africast Content Hub, brought to you by the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, in collaboration with NIFS.